Hi everybody, I just wanted to show you really quickly how to create a grimoire using a plastic binder. And I'm going to go through all of the things you'll need. A binder, a paper bags. I got these from Whole Foods. They're nice and sturdy, that's why I like them. Some cardboard, this is going to go on the inside of the binder. Some paper to cover it, kind of like the inside of a book cover. I got these keyholes from Ideology from Michaels. Tim Holtz, same with these little corner embellishments. I ordered some keys off Etsy. And some lace that kind of has that little, what do you call it, scalloped edge. And a kitty cat is always a good feature for any project. He kind of is a camera hog. You're gonna need some glue all. You can use Mod Podge, but I like glue all. It's really strong and sturdy and not as watery as Mod Podge. Super glue. Glue stick. Some paints, that's a black noir and some brown, and that is some Gilder's wax paste in gold, various sizes of paint brushes, and a little foam brush, your glue, scissors, ruler, paper plate, tape if you need it, and a cup of water that the kitty will drink out of. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I took the paper bag and I just kind of opened it up and made it one big flat piece. I deconstructed it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut 3 pieces. One a little larger than the size of the front of the binder, one a little larger than the back of the binder, and one a little larger than the spine of the binder. So I'd say about half an inch to an inch on each side larger than the actual binder, so you have some room to fold it over. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm not real precious about it. I did say you need a ruler. I don't really use it. You can if you're kind of OCD about it. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. That's my fingernail. Oh, I'm cutting. I was cutting and measuring. So the next thing you're going to do is take the pieces that you cut out and you're going to crinkle them up over and over and over until they look kind of old and leathery. And that's what I'm doing here. That's what gives it that kind of old bookish look that you are going for. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the pieces that you crinkled up, and starting with the binder, you're just going to take your glue all and you're going to glue that on. And I used a little foam brush to kind of spread the glue all over the back of the spine there. And then because I cut about an inch larger on each side, I'm going to make sure and get the sides as well. And then you're just going to take your paper and really glue it on there nice and neat. You can press it flat. It's got all those wrinkles in it, so it doesn't matter. You press it flat. There might be a few air bubbles in it because of those wrinkles, but that's okay. You kind of want that look. And then you just want to kind of tuck and glue this part. It's kind of long. It takes a few minutes to get it down. And then you open up your binder and you want to glue it down to the inside of the binder. And I kind of just use my fingernails, or you can use some kind of tool. And you want to kind of gently push the paper up underneath the metal brackets. So it's up in there really, really good. Nice and sturdy. Glue All is awesome. It's super strong and it dries really fast. Don't get me wrong, I love Mod Podge. It's great, but for a project like this where you're using a paper bag, it's just, I've tried with Mod Podge and it's just not the glue. The Glue All is a little bit stronger. And my kitty, he's a bad boy. I kind of wanted to speed this up faster than what I have it, but unfortunately, this was as fast as I could speed it up. So I'm just gluing. I'm doing the front cover of the binder now. I'm gluing that all down. The way that I measured it is it comes all the way to the edge of the spine, and then it's gonna fold over. And then what you do on the corners to fold it in really nice and neat is you just take your scissors and you're gonna cut the edges just right at an angle, kind of like wrapping paper almost. Instead of folding it, you just kind of cut it, just a little slit, and you fold it over nice and neat. That's what I'm doing there. I'm just cutting a little slit in the edges, the corner, and you're gonna glue. Don't worry, I didn't film me covering the whole thing. And I should probably explain that some videos got deleted, unfortunately, so you're not really gonna get to see me painting too much of the front cover. So maybe I'll just explain that now. So once you have it completely covered and dry, you want to let it dry so it's nice and sturdy and can hold up to the water and the paint that you're going to put on it. I use black, like a really black Mars black, and I also use a brown that I just mix those two together and I kind of water it down a little bit. I take a big paintbrush and I paint the whole thing. I paint the front, I paint the inside that I've covered. You just want to get it really nice and make sure there's no paper bag showing through. I mean, it's not a big deal if there is. You're going to go back over it again once it's dry, and I'm pretty sure I did capture that on film, I hope. I'm new to this whole filming thing, so yeah, this is my first trial run. So here you can see that I've already painted it black, and I have taken and cut some pieces, 4 little pieces of the lace ribbon, kind of to form a cross in the middle of the binder. And I'm going to glue those down with the Glue All. And I use quite a bit of glue because they're fabric and you really want them to stiffen up and lay down flat. So it does take a little bit of glue. Gluing. What ended up happening is that after I filmed this, it was like crooked. My daughter, I had to turn it sideways so that we can kind of try and get all of it on camera, and it ended up being like off to the right. So after we paused, I had to like scoot it over. Now it's more in the middle and it's dry-ish. Now I'm showing you kind of the inside, and what I did there was just cover those pieces of cardboard that I had measured out and put some paper. They didn't lay down flat. I used a glue stick to glue that paper on. There's some bubbles, so I take a brayer and kind of try and get those out. And then I'm taking the paint now And I'm gonna paint the pieces of lace ribbon to match the binder. And then I'm just going in, and there's a few spots that I missed, so I'm taking that black with a little bit of that brown mixed in. And just to touch up a little bit. And you can go through the whole thing and just touch up where you missed, and then let that dry. Now once that's dry, I go ahead and I take the raw umber, which is the color brown that I'm using, and I take that and I just kind of dry brush that on top of the other paint that I've already done. You don't want to be too precious about this. You just kind of want to, this is kind of what makes it like leathery and antique-y looking. So I do the whole book like that, and then once that's dry, it kind of, see how it looks like there's some variance to the coloring. It's not just black. Now I take this Gilder's Paste Wax. You can use another brand of, it's like a paint, it's called Rub and Buff. I like the Gilder's Paste Wax though, it's one of my favorite products. And I just use my fingers to apply it and just rub it on. It is literally like a wax. And I apply it. You can apply it heavier in some areas, lighter in others. And if you put a little too much on, you can go over it with your paintbrush. And a little bit of that. So I do the entire cover, front binder and back, or front spine and back. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to add the embellishments. So I have the little corner bits, and you fit those on. They're kind of a pain. I think they're more intended for, I don't know, a different kind of project. Maybe, I don't know. You can use some, I use some pliers to kind of press them down a little bit to get it to stay on, and then I reinforce it with super glue. Yeah. Don't get the super glue on your fingers. It's really hard to get it off. After I use the super glue, I use the pliers again just to kind of give it a little more oomph. Now I'm going to put the key on. I use the super glue to do that as well. Gorilla Glue super glue is amazing. It's pretty strong stuff. And then I use the super glue to put the keyhole embellishment on. My first one that I made, I accidentally put it on crooked, and there was nothing I could do about it because it was super glue and it dried so fast. So really make sure that you know exactly where you want it to go, or it's going to be crooked. I go ahead and continue and finish the other edges, and that's it. This is your book. Enjoy.